Okay, guys. So I've gone over Apocalypse and Genesis in a couple videos now, kind of detailing how good they are and why you're going to see them in the meta. This video, I kind of want to give you some ideas on how you can combat these two pieces. Um, a lot of people are going to say these two pieces are broken, or they're too powerful, they're OP, this, that, and the other. They are not, right? There is always a way around anything your opponent plays against you most of the time, and WizKids has done a very good job of making sure that every piece is beatable, or every team that somebody puts together is, has a counter to it. Um, but a couple years ago, Sky Tyrant came out in the Secret Six, and everyone said that that was OP, that was broken, that was too powerful. There's no way around it. People are just going to hit you in your starting area as soon as they can. Well, yeah, they were. But there were counters to that, like Molecule Man and Barrier and this, that, and the other. And there was, all of a sudden, as time went on, Sky Tyrant, he's barely on any meta teams. You still see Scarab, but, he didn't win Worlds. I don't think there was a single character from Wonder Woman 80th on Saul's team or Isaac's team in the final two. So people will say this is OP. This is just the pendulum swinging back from the Alpha Strike. We're going to very hard to kill, or if you try to kill me, good luck, I'm going to hurt you along the way. So there are ways around this, and I've put a lot of them on the board here, and I started out this video kind of going into each one of them and what they can do for you, but I think I'm just going to make several videos because doing one video for all of them does not do any of the pieces justice. So we're going to start out this video talking about Agatha and Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch, I think I've gone over, is my favorite piece from from Disney Plus. I was able to pull her from my first brick, got extremely lucky, bought another brick, thinking, hey, I got lucky once, this will be a Saki. It wasn't, it was a Loki. But them's the pulls, man. Pulls be pulls, rolls be rolls, and that's Heroclix in a nutshell. We're going to go over these two pieces. We're going to read off of Scarlet Witch. But know that their traits they are the same trait, right? Except for Agatha Harkness, you're going to call it a rune special marker instead of a chaos special marker. So the trait we're going to be taking a look at is power. Generate a chaos marker, max of 1, in Scarlet Witch's square. If the Scarlet Witch is more than 3 squares from a chaos marker, remove her chaos marker. Other characters within 3 squares of her chaos marker can't use powers. So, her and Agatha, again, Agatha's trait, we'll just call it a rune marker. Her and Agatha make everyone within 3 squares of them a blank dial, right? Everything becomes white, they still get their team abilities, they can still fly, they have all their abilities, their improved target abilities, everything, but they can't use any powers on their dial, or if a trait gives them powers, they can't use those powers either. Very solid and probably one of the best ways to deal with Apocalypse and Genesis. Let's go over some of the differences between Scarlet Witch and Agatha. Scarlet Witch, let's start with keywords, has the Avengers keyword, which Agatha doesn't have. Instead, Agatha Harkness has the pass keyword here, allowing her to be put on the Doom team with Doom the Annihilating Conqueror, so you can make her Latveria and put her with, Molecule Man, Double Flashes, Sky Tyrant that I just got done talking about isn't on any meta teams, but she can be put with those characters, and they're all solid characters, and Molecule Man really helps her case. That's the first difference. Another difference is that Scarlet Witch can see through hindering, whereas Agatha can see through characters. Avengers Initiative gives you improved targeting hindering for Scarlet Witch, and Agatha just has traded improved targeting characters. But she can't see through hindering, and Scarlet Witch cannot see through characters, and vice versa. So the reason why I like Scarlet Witch a little bit better is because she has a stop click, and she has a little bit more defense, like a lot more defense, right? You look at Agatha and say, oh, but Agatha's got a higher defense, right? But it's just senses. It's a 19 defense. Yeah, that can be hard to hit sometimes, but it's just senses. And she doesn't have protected outwit anywhere on her dial. Whereas the Scarlet Witch, she has a stop click after they get past all the shape change and senses all the way down her dial. That gives her cosmic energy. Oh, and it also has super senses. Oh, and invincible. So that's why I like her. On top of that, she can heal if she gains knockback on her special on attack power there, and when she knocks a character back, she can heal. So she has the ability to heal off of her stop click and keep that cosmic energy going. Um, the reason why a lot of people like Agatha a little bit better is her special on movement. It grants her stealth, which is great. It grants her mind control, which is great, especially when you have double targets. Hello, Thanos. And you can see through characters. So starting off the bat, great, great special power. And then it says free if Agatha Harkness occupies hindering terrain. Place her in a square of hindering terrain within 4 squares in line of fire. Boom. There's a very easy way to deliver her rune marker 4 squares away from where she's starting. And then she also has steel energy, but with closer range attacks. On her special attack, it's pen psych, steel energy. So she also has the ability to heal. She does it a little bit easier than Scarlet Witch, but she doesn't have that stop click or any way to protect her from outwit. So everything on her card here can be outwitted. Just keep that in mind. So you're going to want to keep her in stealth so that characters with outwit can't see her. Now, to go over some pieces that will help you use Scarlet Witch and Agatha a little bit more effectively. Magic. We brought her up in a couple videos past. She's going to be your best delivery system for these two characters on a mystical build. The problem with mystical build is it doesn't have a solid secondary attacker, and this was the whole reason that I swapped into going for Avengers when I went to Worlds, because I was able to bring in Sicarian Iron Man as a follow-up attacker for Scarlet Witch whenever she was able to drop her Chaos marker, on top of the fact that he's just insanely hard to kill. But I digress. Magic is a very solid way for you to deliver the Chaos marker to your opponent when he's playing something like Apocalypse. There is a way I went over in that same video that I went over Magic. I did go over a way to get Scarlet Witch up to square at, like, I think out 14 squares or something like that. You can get her all the way over to your opponent's starting area. I might go over that in a couple videos from now detailing that, but I kind of want to leave you guys a little way to kind of figure that out on your own, because that's my favorite part of the game, right? My favorite part of the game is making a complex team that's super interesting and super, there's a lot of intricate details that only I know and that I'm able to, finesse around because I know everything about it. I know all the strengths and weaknesses, and I've planned for those strengths. I have plans for those strengths and weaknesses of the team. So I'm going to give you guys a couple weeks to figure out how to get Scarlet Witch all the way over to your opponent's starting area by using magic, choosing the right map and everything else. So magic is insanely good delivery system for these two. Now I have Sicarian Iron Man over here because I'm going to kind of show you how I planned this whenever I played these two pieces together. So the way I looked at running Scarlet Witch is she is a very solid attacker, right? She can do a lot just on her own, just being herself. Like, my opponent's gonna have to waste at least probably at least 3 actions to kill her if they really go after her hardcore. Because she has the shape change senses and the stop click at the end of it that gives her cosmic energy. So I'm going to get double rollouts on that last click, and you got a 33% chance on both of them. I believe that equals out to like 2/3, or yeah, 2/3, but I don't think it does. I think it's more like 50-50. Anyways, I played her not expecting to be able to drop the Chaos marker, but if I did, I wanted a way to make sure that that meant I was winning the game. And that's how I encourage you guys to play these two pieces, that, they do have an Apocalypse and a Genesis on their team, but they're only worth 40 points. So if I can find a way to, ignore those two pieces and go after the rest of the team, then maybe, I can find an opening to drop my Chaos marker at some point to kill those, to get those 40 points. But if I don't, I should be able to win this game irregardless. So what would usually happen if I had the ability to drop the Chaos marker, they would have, Apocalypse something like Apocalypse out to here, something like this, and ignore these two. I'm going to push them off the map actually. They would have something like this, and I would have Sicarian Iron Man and then Scarlet Witch back here with like a Hope Summers, and I would have Hope Summers TK her out to where the opponent that I want to Chaos Marker is at exactly 3 squares out from her. So that's going to be the edge of my um, Chaos region, right? So I would drop the Chaos Marker, and then I would be able to charge Sicarian Iron Man in right outside of her Chaos Marker, and that way I'd be able to have all my powers and abilities. He would have the cloak on him, so even if I missed, I have plasticity, right? So he doesn't have his phasing. He can't just run away. He has to roll that 6 on breakaway to get away from my Sicarian Iron Man if I miss. You know, like I said, it's one of those abilities, one of those traits that if you can get it, great. But if not, these two characters are doing a lot by themselves without dropping those chaos or rune markers. Um, and Agatha, just to go over her real fast, some pieces that go really well with her. Just her. I pulled out Molecule Man. He's the main one you want to run if you are running Agatha, or some way to give a free smoke cloud. Because Agatha is very map dependent. If your opponent puts you on a map with no hindering terrain, she will not be able to do her free pop unless you have some way to generate hindering terrain. And because Molecule Man is Molecule Man, he does have a free smoke cloud. So free smoke cloud, Agatha loves it. Now you can pop her any square within 4 squares of herself and then drop the rune. That's why I really like her on a Doom team. And I love the Dooms by themselves. So I want an Agatha, but at the same time, I have Scarlet Witch. So is it really worth my time and energy and my money to go out of my way and get an Agatha? Probably not. But if you guys have Agatha, you guys are in a good spot. A lot of people say she's not as good as Scarlet Witch. I beg to differ. I think they're both extremely good. I said that she's not as good at the beginning of this video, but that's because I have Scarlet Witch and I'm very biased. But Agatha, if you can build around her and make her work, then she's just as good as Scarlet Witch, if not better. She's dealing more damage. She has mind control. She has stealth. You know, they both have the dark hold. She can see through characters. If you can make it work, great. These two characters are going to be in the modern for a long time to come, probably for the next, I believe it's 2 years from now. So if you don't have one of these two, get your hands on them. Agatha's going for about 100. Scarlet Witch, I said get your hands on them, but Scarlet Witch is going for like $200 right now. So good luck. Get I suggest selling any extras you have and then saving up on your PayPal account until you get to the point where you can buy a Scarlet Witch. But that's on you guys. If you want Scarlet Witch, that's one way to go. If you want an Agatha, that's one way to go. And we're going to go over several different ways that are a lot less, money. You don't need as much money going forward. But these two are probably my favorite ways to deal with Apocalypse and Genesis. And I think the easiest ways to deal with them. I say that, but man, wait till we get to Batman and Jarro. Batman and Jarro and Beast, baby. I don't have a lot of time left in this video, but to name some of the characters that I'm thinking about going forward so you guys can get your hands on them or take a look at them, see if there's something that's to your liking. Leech, Batman and Jarro, Chase Beast. I think those are the 3 main ones. And then objects, you're looking at the Murmoss Blade, the Black Bone of Amadot, and I think that's it for equipment so far that I've looked at. And then for tarot cards, you're looking at the 6 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles. And we'll go over all that in another video. I might do like one video just for sideline and equipment, and then one video for, Leech and Jarro, Batman and Jarro, and Chase Beast. But that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for spending some time with me and Scarlet Witch and Agatha. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your week. And thanks again. You guys are great. Bye.